The sun is setting, the lights are on, and we are back at the Surge Equestrian League 2026. We're going to get started with the small tour. What are you looking forward to, Dan?
Well, there's a lot to look forward to be honest. There's been some really interesting rides already this afternoon, but this class coming up is going to be one of the most interesting. I think the judges have been quite flexible in this next course. They're actually going to be doing a special two-phase in this round. This will allow all of our competitors to complete the entire course without being wrung out. However, obviously, if they do pick up any faults in the first phase, they will not be judged for the second phase. But at least it gives the riders that opportunity to enjoy themselves here on day one and get those horses around.
Absolutely. Day one, you want your horse to have a good experience. Let them go through the entire 11 jumps and be ready for day two. 14 entries. How many clear rounds are you expecting?
Oh, I want to say 5.
Okay.
But the first class was already kind of tricky, which you thought it was going to be quite easy. So let's see. I'm going to say 5.
Okay, we have 14 entries. Diane says 5. I say 8. Let's see who's right. Okay, and we are ready for the course fly through for the small tour. Starting off with jump number 1. Pretty straightforward vertical, going to the oxer at jump number 2. Then we have a distance of about 30 meters to jump number 3. Turning to the right. Probably not as sharp as the drone did that, but getting to the combination 4A to 4B, a one stride. Looks pretty standard. Vertical to parallel, and then the bending line to jump number 5 in the corner of the arena, going towards the grandstand. And the turn to jump number 6, which will be the last jump in phase 1. Timing will start between jump number 6 and 7. First jump in phase 2, jump number 7, pretty straightforward. Riders can make a sharp turn between 7 and 8 if they want to save some time. All the way around to the red and white with the filler at the bottom, jump number 8. A related distance to jump number 9 will be done between 4 and 5 strides depending on the rider. 9 to 10, another opportunity for the riders to cut through and make up some time over the blue and white, all the way around to jump number 11, which will be the end of phase 2. So it's a special two-phase competition. The riders will not be against the clock from jump number 1 to 6. From 7 all the way to 11 will be against the clock. If there are 2 riders with the same number of penalties, the one with the faster time will be placed higher.
Yes, and the fences this afternoon in this class are going to be roughly about 1 meter 10, and they need to complete the course looking at a speed of 350 meters per minute, which means that we should be finishing out our second phase in a time of just 36 seconds. 43 seconds time allowed for first phase, and of course the course set today again by Sharif Ghuraib from Egypt, and he is supported in the warm-up by our steward Shadwa Hanem, and of course our judges in the judges box. We have Bushra Hasabi from Morocco and Colonel Javier Singh from India.
So you can see the riders warming up. Only a few more minutes for the first rider to enter the arena for the small tour day 1. Rider number 1, Adhav Kandasamy on Luka, representing Kovai Stables, followed by Aradhana Anand on the ever-young Democratic, coming in serial number 2, followed by Senthil Nathan on Mabel, also from Kovai Stables, coming in number 3, and the 4th rider, Sriram on Big Dream, also from Kovai Stables. So the first 4 riders entering the arena will be from the Kovai Stables. They are certainly going to be looking at setting a good time, putting some pressure on the riders who are going to come in later.
Yeah, it does seem that Kovai does enjoy coming out and competing here at Surge. I think in this class alone we have 8 out of the 14 riders are coming out of that yard. So they must obviously enjoy themselves out here. Now, Adhav did really well in the April outing. He placed 4th with Luka, so I'm sure he's going to be looking to, if not better that, maybe even take out first place for a while. So let's see how he gets on.
Well, he has been doing really well with this horse. I don't think coming in first is going to be a problem for him. He knows what he has to do, keep the fences up and set a good time. There are only a couple of places where the riders can make up some time. So I guess the best strategy at this point of time will be to be quite forward and going, and the fences will come to them quite easily.
And you could see just how he had a really nice, steady entry into fence number 1. So really setting up the horse before taking on this course and really settled down as he goes forward for fence number 3.
Nicely done over the related distance between 2 and 3, approaching the one stride combination at 4.
And you can see they're definitely going here for a very clean first phase. You can see how careful they're being, but I'm sure once we start to enter the second phase, this combination will put some gas on and step up that speed.
Okay, so he's in phase 2. This turn is going to be important. Yep, he's definitely cutting it as much as he can. He couldn't get through between the 2 jumps, but he's keeping it going. That's a nice turn from 9 to 10.
Yeah, and we expected that. The riders would take that on a tighter turn there. It was a nice, easy forward into 10.
Okay.
Did he miss 11?
I didn't see him do the last jump. Is
And it does confirm on the screen there that that was an elimination there for our previous rider. Unfortunately, not completing the course by missing out fence number 11. So he will be disappointed with that indeed.
Okay, next rider, Aradhana Anand on Democratic, one of the most consistent performers at the recent show jumping competitions. Democratic, of course, a very experienced show jumper. I've seen this horse competing for at least 10 years now, so he knows his job. Definitely a superstar horse. Has brought many riders into the competition circuit. The rider number 2, Aradhana Anand on Democratic.
And definitely setting the pace there. And of course, with that comes a little mistake on fence number 2, and that pole does go down.
It was the slightest of touches on the oxer, and with the safety cups at the back element of the oxer, the pole just went down. And unfortunately, she's not going to be in phase 2.
She will, of course, be able to complete the course. However, as we know, it will not be judged, and she has gone out in the first phase. But she's not losing any focus. She is continuing in quite strong, keeping up the momentum, going through onto the second oxer there on fence number 9. And she's taking the outside turn there to fence number 10.
A lot of times we see riders using the opportunity on day 1 to give their horse a nice experience, just get through the round, you give them a little bit of confidence. They're jumping under lights, so for many of the horses it's a new experience, a time to just get everything fine-tuned, because they are going to be on competing day 2.
Yes, they'll be back out with us tomorrow, and I'm sure they'll take some little lessons away with them from tonight's show as well, and let's see what they can do moving forward in the weekend.
So we have serial number 3, Senthil Nathan on Mabel, also from the Kobai stables. Let's see if he can give us the first clear round of this competition.
And it is interesting to see how each rider starts the setup in a different way. So he's a bit more attacking on his initial move into fence number 1.
Well, certainly Senthil Nathan knows only one way to jump, and that is, like every competition, is a speed class, and that actually gives the horse a lot of confidence. They don't get confused because they know what they're expected to do, and some horses really love that way of riding forward, and Mabel has been really successful with Senthil Nathan in the past.
and went a little bit deep there into fence number 5, but not a problem solved for Mabel. She has cleared that one and now heading into our second phase.
Nicely done over jump number 7 and all the way around to approach the related distance between 8 and 9.
Yeah, he played it safe, but obviously he has the speed, so he has the opportunity to make the wider turns with this combination.
Well, seeing the previous 2 riders, he probably just wants to put a clear round on the board. And he's done it nicely. Had a few close brushes where he got quite close to the fence, but I think Mabel is a very careful show jumper. So well done to Senthil, well done to Mabel. They are the new leaders.
Yes, and we're just waiting for the time confirmation to come down from our judges before we make any announcements. But yeah, good to see. Time there for the combination 27.97, and that is the time to beat. So next in the arena we have Sriram riding Big Dream, also representing Kovai Stable.
And we've seen this horse rider combination do really well in the small tours. Nice stocky looking horse, has definitely all the characteristics for a horse which does well in speed classes.
And they're opting to take the outside line towards fence number 2, maybe just trying to settle into the stride, and unfortunately dropped that pole at the back of the oxer on fence 2.
Yeah, jump number 2 seems to be giving some of the riders a problem. The back pole, of course, is in the safety cup, so the slightest of touches and it is going to go down.
And now turning to the last fence in the first phase. And again, another pole has gone down there for this combination, so that has 8 penalties moving into the second phase. Of course, he will be allowed to complete the course. However, it will not be judged.
You can see the horse is getting his strides and takeoff points quite well. It's just a little sloppy with his front legs, and you can see sometimes you get a little unlucky when you tap the pole slightly and it goes down. So not his day today, but I'm sure he will come back much stronger tomorrow.
Yes, and I'm sure he'll be a little bit disappointed with that one, but for a first day of the weekend, not a bad outing, and let's see what the combination brings us tomorrow. Just again, waiting for the time from our judges. And next in the arena we have Ali Lakdawala riding Mufasa, representing URB.
So from the United Riders barn, we have Ali on Mufasa. Has done really well in the past. We've seen him do some of the 4-bar competitions, a lot of power classes. This horse certainly has the ability to jump high. And of course, a very successful horse rider partnership at the Surge Equestrian League 2025. And I think they work so well together that can read each other's mind. Got a little lucky on 5.
And there we go. We have our next combination going through to the second phase.
I think watching the riders of the medium tour, they've realized that when you get into phase 2, don't push it too hard for the first jump, because that's where most of the riders were dropping.
There was a little tap on fence number 8, but it has stayed up, so he'll be relieved with that. Now heading towards fence number 10 in front of our grandstand.
Looking for a big stride, and he has to be careful now because he's going to get into the related distance, and exactly what I expected. Takes it down with the front legs. So a lot of times the riders need to adjust, especially when they get a big jump into a related distance. They need to make sure that they don't get it too tight for the second part of the jump. Unfortunately, he has the last fence down, so he will have 4 jumping penalties.
Yes, but in a time of 30.42. And I believe next in the arena we are going to welcome in Geethika Tikkisetty, riding Valentin, representing the home ground here at Surge. Another big grey out here this evening. A really scopy horse, lots of jump. And opting to take a quick line into her first fence there. A different strategy, perhaps. Will it pay off?
I think Valentin is quite a handy horse. He's done a fair amount of jumping as well as dressage. So he's well in hand, can definitely make the sharp turns. But she doesn't need to do that right now. She's probably just looking at going clear over the first 6 fences. And she can step it up after that.
And they do just have such a nice rhythm at the moment, and it is nice to see it. She seems very, very settled, and so does Valentin.
Nicely through. She's keeping the momentum going, which is important because she's not cutting her turns too much. But that momentum will help her to keep the time down. Goes around jump number 5. 2 more jumps to go.
Yes, and she's quite a careful rider. She likes to see clear rounds in best possible way. And there she's done it again. Another clear round for this combination. And well done to the duo.
So our second clear round of this competition, we have Geethika Tikkisetty on Valentin.
And the time for Geethika and Valentin is 28.71. Next in the arena, we have Hiba Gabriel, and this time she is joining us on Ascot Adhav, riding and representing FSS.
So this is definitely a horse that she's much more comfortable with. We've seen her competing at the last Surge Equestrian Leagues and also last year on Ascot. They've done well together.
Yes, and a very, very different horse to Freezing Rain, who she rode earlier. And
she was looking for the stride. The horse corrected at the last moment. Manages to scrape through that combination.
And
yeah, she has to be a little bit careful not to get too much in front of the horse. That's when the confusion sets into the horse's mind on the takeoff point, but she's doing it well.
Yeah, that's where she had a bit of trouble earlier in the earlier class with Freezing Rain, where she just looked for that stride and pushed a little bit too hard and just missed the takeoff point. But she has done that one well. And here coming into our final fence, fence number 11.
Asking for a big jump, and she got it. So we wait for the time. It should be close. The third clear round of this competition.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the combinations, 28.36. So next into the arena, we have Ajey riding Koko Kannan, representing Surge Stables.
A correction, we have Prithiv Krishna on Zara. Representing Koko Stables, Prithiv Krishna on Zara. This is a horse who can definitely put in a good performance in the speed classes. Quick to turn, very handy. So should be in with a chance today. He's taking it very easy over the first few jumps. Letting the horse feel out the underfoot conditions and the lighting. I'm sure he's going to step on it after jump number 6. Big over 4B. Had to look for that distance a little bit, but okay, we are ready for action. unfortunately has jump number 6 down, so his score will not be considered in phase 2.
And even though he is a young rider, you can see how he's changed gears a little bit now that he has had that pole go down, just to make sure that nothing else happens. But unfortunately, another one down there on fence number 10.
I think he has a total of 3 fences down. Would not be in the placings. And we move to rider number 9, Ajey Shiva on Koko Kannan Z. A horse rider partnership which has done well in the past.
And there we have the bell there for Ajey and Koko Kannan.
So he was placed 3rd on day 1 and he was placed 2nd on day 2 in the Surge Equestrian League in the April edition 2026. So this is a horse rider combination which is full of confidence.
And he's on home ground, so he should be confident. And just a really positive rider as well. You can just see how the movements from the horse and the rider are quite in tune with each other. And he's doing really well here in the first phase.
Yeah, one more fence to go and he's in the competition with a chance. Nicely done. Now this turn is really important. We've seen most of the riders go around, but he turned in quite nicely, so he didn't waste any extra distance. The turn before jump number 5. Okay, he's in with a chance. Needs to keep the momentum going. Well done, Ajey Shiva on Koko Kannan Z. We wait for the official time, but it certainly looked like a good one.
Yes, and they've been consistently good over the last few months and from before, so he'll be very happy with that round indeed. And there we have it. Our new leader goes to Ajey and Koko Kannan. And the time for the combination, 25.10. So that's the time now to beat. And in the arena now, we have Basavraju riding Milan S, also from home stables here at Surge.
Yeah, that was a very nice round. It didn't look like it was rushed at all, but he was almost 3 seconds faster than the previous best. So good job, Ajey Shiva.
Little wrestle on fence number 1, but it has stayed up. We always do say the first fence being dropped or the last fence are the worst fences for any rider. But so far, so good. Into the combination here for A and B in front of the judges.
Okay, this is definitely a horse which loves speed classes because he's already very forward going. So this is a perfect competition for him. Just has to keep the fences up. I think in terms of momentum, he's right there. A few sharp turns and he's in with a chance. Well done, Basu. That was a super turn. Let's see if he can pull it off. He saved at least a few seconds with that turn, but he decides to go around 5. Okay, so that kind of made it up, but 2 jumps to go. At this height, you can get away with a little shoddy takeoff, but oh, that is so unlucky. It looked like he had it in the bag. Just the last fence goes down. What a fabulous effort by Basavraju on Milan. Just unlucky over the last fence. Had a wonderful time. Let's see what the time is, but that's going to put him behind all the clear rounds. So a good time, would have been close. But the leader is still Ajey Shiva on Koko Kannan Z.
Yes, and next in the arena we welcome Adhav riding Obito from Kovai stable. So again, we should be expecting a nice fast round from this combination as well.
And if there is a rider who can get ahead of Ajey Shiva. It is definitely Adhav, Kandasamy and Obito, winner of the Day 2 Small Tour in April. So coming off a lot of success. Knows how to do a speed class. Let's see if he's going to put it all on the line today.
Bit of encouragement there going into fence number 2. But so far clear, and turning now for our combination for A and B in front of the judges box.
Very lucky on 4A. Gave it a good knock, but it stays in place. Let's see if that's got the horse a little woken up.
And coming into our final fence for the first phase, and it has stayed up, so being competitive now going into second phase.
Okay, he is going to go around jump number 11. This is a big striding horse. He's got to be careful because they tend to get a little bit flat in these related distances. He is flying, but oh wow, okay. Fence stays up and fence goes down.
And you can see he definitely tried to put it out there on that speed, but unfortunately sometimes if the horse does flatten out a bit or just doesn't have the right takeoff distance, they do tend to knock down that fence, and that's exactly what happened there. Very quick time would have been the winner, 24.96.
Absolutely, but that's one of the things in speed classes. You have to take the risk. If you want to go for the win, it's what you have to do. But when you pick up the pace a lot, there's always a chance that you don't get the right takeoff point or the horse jumps a little bit flat. And that's what we saw the last fence going down. So 4 penalties, and unfortunately puts him out of the running for the top spots, but I think he will be ahead of all the riders with 4 penalties.
Yeah, I think so far we have 4 clear rounds already, so it would still mean that he would finish on podium, but we have 4 riders to go in this combination, in this class, 3 riders to go, so let's see if we can get so many more clear rounds.
And we have one of the most beautiful sights you will ever see, an absolutely orange full moon.
So I do think that my projections of 5 clear rounds still standing good, whereas you had, I believe it was 8. I think we've knocked you out.
Always the optimist, hoping for the best, but sometimes in a speed class, definitely riders have more faults than they would like.
And now we have Adhav, Anand riding Charlie, also representing Kovai stable. Is it?
Correction. I think we have rider number 14, Sresht Mantena on Mowgli. Yep, because I think the other 2 riders are coming in on their second horse, so they probably need a little more time to get warmed up. Rider number 14, Sresht Mantena on Mowgli in the arena.
And he's taken a really wide turn there into fence number 2 and really setting up his pony going into fence number 4.
Nice. Riding it very relaxed, giving the horse the chance to settle in. Needs to pick up the pace only after jump number 6. So building up a little momentum and some confidence.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation through this combination. And not willing to go forward into fence number 6, but has completed first phase. And deciding to take the outside line into fence number 8.
Nicely through the related distance between 8 and 9. Only 2 more fences to go.
A bit of confusion there after 9. They was going to go for the short line, but in the end decided to go long. And finishing there on fence 11. So a time for the combination 29.49. Okay, we're just waiting for our final two riders this evening in our small tour. As we said earlier, they are riding their second rides this evening, so probably do need a little bit more time. And it's a great opportunity to once again just say thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors for all of their support in making Surge Stables and Surge Equestrian League what they are today. So a special thanks to a Mantena Group, as well as Sky Jets and ABI Attachments. Also our TV sponsors, Clip My Horse, who have come in at the beginning of this league, and we really do appreciate all of their support, as well as Divis, TRM and Equine Nutrients. So thank you to all of our sponsors and the support that you continue to show Surge.
So we have two riders in the warm-up arena, Aradhana Anand on Charlie and Senthil Nathan on T9. Getting ready for their second entry in this competition. Senthil, in fact, had a wonderful round on Mabel. It was the first clear round in this competition. And in the arena, Aradhana Anand on Charlie. She unfortunately had a drop with Democratic, so a great chance for her to go clear on Charlie. Wonderful opportunity for the riders to also get their horses accustomed to jumping under the lights. This horse looks like he's really forward. He's got a nice jump. He's clearing the fence as well.
Yes, lots of clearance going over the combination here in front of the judges box, and heading now to the final jump in the first phase, and moving forward to be competitive in the second phase.
Nicely done. She's taking the long way around to jump number 8. That will lose her a little bit of time, but if she can have an all clear, she will be in the placings. So 2 more fences to go. A nice relaxed round. She's not pushing it too much.
And there we go, another clear round this evening in our small tour. Well done to Aradhana and Charlie.
Yeah, very intelligent ride. There was no need to push too much. That will give the horse a lot of confidence for the rounds coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, and the time there for Charlie and Aradhana, 29.35. So final rider coming into the arena.
Senthil Nathan on T9. Well, he's seen what all the other riders have done. He knows 24 is the time to beat. So he will go for it, because I know he's done a few superb clear speed classes on this very horse. So he knows how to get the job done. He can be patient till jump number 6.
And that definitely looks like the strategy he's going to opt for, keeping it nice and close and looking for that clear round in the first phase.
Got lucky on 4B. If that was the back pole, it certainly would have gone down. But since it was the front pole, he's still in this competition. 1 jump to go for phase 2. And unfortunately knocks it down. So he is not going to be in the placings with T9. But he can complete the round, of course, if he wishes to.
And Senthil usually does put the pedal down in the second phase and accelerate through it, but you can see how he's just stepped back a bit, and he just wants to use this as well as a training to end their night for day 1 quite positively and come back in tomorrow. And a big round of applause there to all of our competitors. And that concludes our small tour for day one. We will be back with you shortly with the results. And
some nice show jumping on display. 14 riders. They all did a good job. The judges will get back to us with the official results. And in the meantime, we have our course designer all the way from Egypt setting up the big tour course. That is going to be the featured event of the evening. We have 3 competitive entries, 1 non-competitive entry, a total of 4 riders taking on the big tour. Heights are going to go up by a lot, and definitely one of the most thrilling events of the day. The big tour coming up shortly.
yes, the big tour is not due to start until 7:45 anyway, so we have a bit of a break in the jumping at the moment. We are just waiting for the final results to be posted by our judges, and we will be announcing the winners shortly. Our prize giving ceremony will be taking place at the end of the evening, approximately around 8 p.m. So that's when we'll do the official prize giving ceremony. But of course, we all like to see how the classes have concluded. So just waiting for those final results to come through. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our winners for the small tour in day one. In sixth place, we have Sresht Mantena riding Mowgli.
Followed by Aradhana Anand on Charlie.
Geethika Tikkisetty came in fourth place on Valentin.
In third place, Hiba Gabriel on Ascot.
Senthil Nathan on Mabel took the second place. But the winner, of course, went to Ajey S on Koko Kannan Z representing Surge. So big congratulations to all of our winners. A big round of applause. Thank you as well to all of our spectators in the grandstand coming out and supporting and being part of this event. We really do appreciate it. We are going to take a little break now, and please join us for the highlights of Small Tour.